To spritz or not to spritz? That is the question. One of the most often questions that I get asked is, does spritzing make a difference in a smoke ring? And if you don't know what spritzing is, we're just gonna soak our meat throughout the cook, probably every 20, 30 minutes or something like that. And supposedly, it's supposed to help make a better smoke ring. Well, today, we're gonna find out. I've got 2 brisket points. We're gonna cook them side by side. We're going to spritz one every so often, and we're gonna leave the other one completely dry and let it cook by itself. Let's compare and see which one comes up with the better smoke ring. Before that, subscribe to the channel while you're here. Give us a thumbs up and like our video. Now let's get started. Now, just to clarify, I've never found a smoke ring to make a big difference in flavor. But, you know, in competitions at home, it looks beautiful. It absolutely looks beautiful. It's sought after. Everybody wants to see a smoke ring on their brisket. In competition, you don't want to do your brisket without a smoke ring, that's for sure. So, we're gonna find out if actually spritzing this thing will make it a better smoke ring or not. Will spritzing make you the Lord of the Rings? Let me explain to you a little bit about a brisket point. Okay, so what we have here is this is the part that when you get a whole pack of brisket, it kind of comes like this, and you got your fat cap across the whole bottom, and this part is attached to the flat. Well, what we did is this was separated at the store. They left a little fat here, so I'm not gonna trim that off. I'm gonna leave that on to be a nice flavor. And you can see we've got a nice even, well, it's a little uneven, but we're gonna leave the fat cap there so protect it from burning. So it's gonna provide a lot of flavor for us, and it's gonna protect the bottom of it on a Kamado. I'm gonna cook these with the fat cap down. On a big green egg, on a Kamado style cooker, your heat has a deflector shield right below it. That heats up a lot and gives off a lot of heat. So what it's gonna do is if we cooked it with the fat cap up, that's great. Everybody says it's gonna put the flavor down into the meats, but with the fat cap down, we're protecting that bottom layer of meat so that it doesn't get burned. The fat cap is actually gonna act as a barrier protecting the meat from getting overly cooked and getting like gross and hard and not chewable. So we don't want that, that's gross. We're gonna go 100% Texas style, no binder, no anything. We're gonna use a plain salt and pepper rub, 50-50 kosher coarse salt and coarse black pepper. That's all we're using, no disparities here. We wanna go straight down the middle. We wanna know, is spritzing gonna help the smoke ring? Is it not gonna help the smoke ring? That was my daughter, Caitlin. Now you're stuck with the old ugly guy. Sorry about that. So we're gonna season this baby up. No binder, salt and pepper, that's it. Okay, so now remember, they call it a rub. I know they call it a rub. Everybody calls it a rub. I should call it a press, because if you rub it, you're gonna rub it off. Here's a little pro tip. Pat it. Push it down into your meat. It's okay. Let it become part of it. Make sure it's nice and deep down in there so it sticks. We are all seasoned up with our salt and pepper. Time to light the grill, right? No, one more thing. We're trying to develop a smoke ring. We want to see if the spritzing helps the smoke ring. One of the things that I find helps a smoke ring a lot is to put cold meat on a warm grill. So I'm gonna put this back in the refrigerator while we heat up the grill. I'll be right back. Today, we are going to be using Super Premium. The reason we're using the Super Premium, larger chunks, it's meant for low and slow cooking, and that's what we're doing today. Now that the fire's lit, let's talk about smoking woods. You can use your choice, mesquite, hickory, cherry, whatever you want to use. We're gonna use these bourbon box here from Barrel Proof. They're little chunks of actual bourbon barrels. They smell awesome and they burn really nicely. But I just lit the fire. I'm not gonna put them in yet. I'm gonna put this deflector in here, okay? Because we're gonna cook indirect. Now, why am I putting it in if I wanna put the bourbon chips in? Well, because what I wanna do is get this heated up to our temperature. I'll pull that back out for a second, drop our smoking woods in so we get nice fresh smoke on there, not burned all out and gone by the time that we put the meat on, all right? And today we're using our ThermoWorks thermometers here. It's kind of cool because they have a neat little thing here. I put a green ring on here that comes with it. So we're gonna use that to remember which one we're spritzing. This one has no ring on it, so we're not gonna be spritzing that one. Spritz, no spritz. Okay, we're humming along here at 250 degrees, so let's put the first one on. gonna keep the spritzing one closest to me. We're about 20 minutes in on the cook. So we're going to spritz our first one. Remember, the whole idea of this video is to see if a spritzing will make a difference in the smoke ring. Now, there's a lot of different schools of thought on what you want to spritz with. We're just using water. A lot of people will use apple cider vinegar, all kinds of different things. We're just going with straight water. Supposedly, it's the moisture that helps the smoke ring. So let's spritz our first one. We're about 20 minutes in. Let's see what it's going to do. Now, remember, we're spritzing the one with the green ring. So we're just going to spritz, spray, spray, spray. You don't want to use a direct, stream. You want to use it as a spray so that it covers it and doesn't just knock all the seasoning off. Guess what time it is? That's right, spritzing time again. 1:45 we're at right now. So, nice, bark's starting to set up nicely. We're at 162. We're right before the wrap because we're going to wrap this because I don't want to hear anything. You didn't cook it like a brisket. We're cooking it just like a regular whole brisket, so we want to do everything the same. So, one last spritzing. Ooh, look at that bark setting up beautifully. Spray away. Oh, yeah. Time to wrap the points. Get the point? So, one piece for spritzed, and one piece, maybe, for not spritzed. Ha-ha! Just so you can see, we've been at 275 this whole time. It has not moved. Look how good. Oh, they smell so good. Bark looks nice and set too. I'm really surprised at how much it's set. So this is the spritzed, okay? So we got the green little thingamahoozy on there. And this is the non-spritzed. Uh-oh. I feel like it's Christmas. I'm not good at wrapping then either. Okay. Good. Here we go. Put them back on. Same exact spots. See, green, spritz. No green, no spritz. See how easy that is to remember? Easy as pie, right? Or brisket or something. I don't know. Okay. We are there, 202. This one, same thing. Look, it goes right in. I can just drop it in, it goes right through. We're there. All right, let's pull these babies off. This one here is the non, okay, because no green thing. We had to switch them around while they were on here. Woo, okay. We got them both. I can't wait. It's gonna be like Christmas morning. I'm wrapping these babies, yeah. We've got them off, and we want to continue this just like a brisket. So what's our next step? Right on, rested, absolutely right. So we're gonna pull these probes out of here. Woo, hot. Woo, hotter. No burns though. And we're gonna rest it. I've got this Cambro here. We're gonna set both of them in the Cambro next to each other. We're gonna put a towel on top. We're gonna rest it for about an hour or so, just for the sake of time, okay? Let's get started on that. Drum roll, please. Who's excited to find out which one has the better smoke ring? Spritz or no spritz? Well, they are nice and jiggly, I'll say that. So, all right, let's take them out of the paper. One thing I do notice, this is the spritzed one. It has a lot more juices underneath it, it seems, but the paper is far more wet. Yeah, nice and jiggly. All right, this one, the paper is soaked with juices. And that is the non-spritzed one. Pretty interesting. One thing I'm taking note of is that the one that we did not spritz, the bark is much darker. It's a much more set bark, where this one is not quite as black, not as dark colored, seems a little bit looser even on here. So I'm curious to see if that's gonna make a difference. I didn't think there would be that much of a difference in that at all, so interesting start. All right, one thing we wanna make sure of, the grain is running this way, so we always wanna cut it across the grain. So let's see what we've got. Now that is the one with no spritz. As you can see, there is not a whole lot of smoke ring there. A little bit here, maybe a little bit here. Let's cut a couple slices more and see if there's anything. I'll tell you if I find anything here. All right, a couple slices deeper. Still no smoke ring. Perfectly bendable, beautiful piece of meat, but really no smoke ring at all. Let's go to the videotape. No, let's go to the spritzed one, see if we come up with something different. Now this one, the grain is running this way, so we're gonna cut straight across the grain, right down the middle. Let's hope we see something else. Well, interesting. We got a little bit of a smoke ring on the non-spritzed one, and we've got a little bit of a smoke ring on the spritzed one. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I thought maybe we'd see a big difference in one or the other. I don't know. Let's see how the taste is. Let's try that out. Get a little piece here. This is non-spritzed. Tastes great. Yep. Tastes just like brisket. Take two. Spritzed. Yeah. A little tougher maybe. Tastes like brisket also. Good stuff. I'll tell you what, they're both good. They both taste the same. They both have a very similar texture. I'm kind of really surprised. You can tell I'm a little bit dumbfounded. I really thought we were going to have a substantial difference over the smoke ring in one or the other. What we really got is almost no smoke ring on either one. I'd say this experiment might be a fail. I don't know. We did everything we were supposed to do. We smoked them the right way. We wrapped them the right way. We rested them the right way. I don't get it. Sometimes this happens, folks. So there really is no difference that I can see of non-spritzed and spritzed. Some of it has a little smoke ring, some of it doesn't. I don't get it. Maybe you want to try it at home, tell us what you come up with. We might have to redo this experiment with a whole brisket. We'll try that again. So, I don't know. It was fun. Nothing else, it's delicious. And don't forget, you can't taste a smoke ring. It's purely visual. But I can tell you this, the judges and the people want to see it. So if you can do it, get one, all right? Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you liked what you saw, even though we didn't really come up with a good answer because it didn't seem to make a difference at all. Maybe that's our answer. It doesn't make a difference. Who knows? Anyway, like I said, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring the bell, all that good jazz. Leave us a comment below. Tell us if you think it was going to make a difference or not, all right? But listen, thanks for showing up for another week of the FOGO Life. Get out and grill, and we'll see you next time.